Father, will bless you. Let your name be exalted in the name of Jesus. This is the ministry of Moses, part 29. And we're going to take our text from Exodus chapter 18, from verse 18 to 27. Now, Jethro told Moses the dangers of his style of leadership. He will weary himself and also weary the people. At some point, when he is tired, he may send the people away, and those who have been waiting for long and could not see him may pick offense. Through this, he may even have more enemies, as some may think he is partial because they may not believe it was due to the fact that he needed a break. That was why he asked them to go and come back the next day. You see, they would think he asked them to come the next day because he want to punish them. So, in order to avoid all these kind of issues, Jethro gave an instruction to Moses about how to make things easy and comfortable in his ministry. That you have the largest crowd of people does not mean you are the wisest. The congregation of Jethro was not as large as that of Moses, but yet Jethro had wisdom that Moses never had. And Jethro has certain wisdom that Moses could never have thought of. He didn't just give Moses the instruction, he also guided him into actualizing the plan. Let us consider verse 21 to 22. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens, and let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easy for thyself, and they shall bear the burdens with thee. Now, there are a lot of lessons to learn from here. Firstly, you must understand that leadership has a standard. Moses was instructed to pick, Moses was instructed to pick, he was not instructed to pick just anybody because there's a need. There is a criteria to follow. And these are the criteria. Number one, they must have the fear of God. Number two, they must be men of truth. Number three, they must be people that hate covetousness. After this, then, some will rule hundreds, some will rule fifties, while others will rule tens. This is based on each people's capacity. After being qualified for leadership, the next thing to check is capacity. Every leader has a capacity. Some can rule many, while some can rule few. Capacity is what defines effectiveness. If you give 100 people to a leader that can only lead 10, no matter how he tries, he cannot be effective. If you give 50 people to a leader that can only lead 10, then there is surely going to be a problem. The motive is that only hard matters will be brought to Moses. It is not that Moses will now go and relax just because he now have supporters. By doing this, it is clear that Moses will now become the chief counselor. He has moved from being the only counselor to becoming the chief counselor because now there are chains of counselors under him. Now, before this, in verse 20, the Bible reveals that they would have undergone training. The process of leadership involves number one, selection, followed by training, followed by capacity tests, and followed by allocation of duties. The first one is selection, the second one is training, the third one is capacity test, and the fourth one is allocation of duties. Now, selection will involve finding godly qualities in them, such as the fear of God, truthfulness, contentment, etc. That's what selection involves. So you find godly qualities in them. That's how to select. Then, after you have now selected, the next thing is training. Training will involve teaching them ordinances and laws, showing the way wherein showing them the way wherein they must walk and the work that they must do. You can see that in verse 20. After training, the next thing is capacity test. This will involve knowing where and how they can function effectively. From here, you will know the kind of responsibility to be given. In this stage, you will know the one that can lead 100, 50, or 10. You can see that in verse 21. Then the last stage is allocation of duties. This is the last stage. Here, each selected leader will start practicing all they have learned. This is the reality stage. Leadership itself is a burden, but your understanding of how to share responsibility is what will make the work easy. And in verse 24, the Bible shows us that Moses hearkened to the voice of Jethro. He didn't despise the advice of his father in the Lord. He obeyed, and of course, he will enjoy the reward that it contains. You cannot eat the goodness in an instruction you have not obeyed. You cannot eat the goodness in any instruction you have not obeyed. Obedience brings it to you. Are you there? Obedience brings the reward to you. Obedience is what brings the goodness in an instruction to you. So if somebody gives you an instruction and you don't obey it, you cannot enjoy the goodness in that instruction. I hope you understand. Now, Jethro depart from, Jethro then, after all this has happened, Jethro then departed from Midian in verse 27. In just a, in just a single day, there was an obvious shift in the leadership structure of the ministry of Moses. There are some people that if they visit you, God Himself have visited you because the weight of God is upon them. Such men are Jethro. Jethro came to Moses just in a single day, and everything changed. He changed the mode of leadership and set some structures, some legacies, some implementations on ground, and everything began to go smoothly. May you enjoy the visitation of those that will make a positive difference in your life in the name of Jesus. This is the wisdom of God. Don't sell it.